Welcome back to our special water scarcity, the spillover effects. Fresh, clean water is a precious commodity that should not go wasted. But this was a common situation in Toronto this winter. Water mains burst, spilling thousands of liters of water onto the streets. Our next guest is with the company that helps to prevent water main breaks and leaks. Joining us in the studio is Mark Holley. He's the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at Pure Technologies. Good morning.
Thank you.
You've come with props. So let's talk about the technology that Pure has and how it works. And as I said, we have a little ball here.
Yeah, so this is one of our technology platforms that we're focused on. We have a number of opportunities or different platforms that we can use depending on the client's needs. But in this particular case, SmartBall is our leak detection offering. Essentially, it's an aluminum core. We have instrumentation on the inside, a battery, memory card. This ball is inserted into a foam shell. It's inserted then into an operating water main and basically goes with the flow. So it rolls through the pipe under normal operation and pressure, and some point downstream we extract the ball and download information. It gives us an indication of how many leaks there are on the pipe and what the pipeline's condition is.
Does it tell you where the vulnerabilities are for future leaks as well?
Well, we're adapting it to provide condition information. So initially it was focused strictly on leaks and air pockets in pipelines, but now we have a pipe wall assessment capability, a different sensor array that we're using, and it's giving us information actually on the condition of the pipe.
And you mentioned you had other technologies as well beyond this one.
Correct. So this is one of our platforms. We have a toolbox of offering depending on the client's needs. A few of the others, pipe divers and other technology. It looks like an octopus. It can be inserted into a pipeline and it gathers higher resolution information on the condition of the pipe. And Sahara, again, is a tethered technology that allows us to evaluate leaks in municipal or distribution systems.
Now, do you monitor the data or do you sell the whole package to a city or a municipality?
Currently, we're offering it as a service. In some cases, we'll license the technology primarily in our overseas business, but for the most part, it's a service we offer to our clients.
So you have people monitoring these things all the time and then giving feedback to the cities?
We have another technology that's more of a permanent monitoring solution, again, specific to a typical traditional PCCP type pipe. We have over 1,000 kilometers of pipe that we're currently monitoring with that acoustic fiber optic system. But generally, we're providing information, actionable information, so the client can take action and plan their capital more accordingly.
The thing I think about right off the top with this kind of thing are the potential customers constrained for capital all the time. I mean, you just look around our city, the city I'm in right here in Toronto, in terms of all of those breaks we had this winter. You know, how do you pay for that and how do you pay for your kinds of services?
So the value proposition in what we're doing is we can identify where the problems are in a pipeline. So it's akin to finding the weak link in a chain. If you can identify where the weak link in the chain is, you can go in and repair that weak link and strengthen the overall chain. It's no different for a pipeline. If through these technologies we can identify the individual pipe sections that are deteriorated, the client can optimize their capital spending, deferring a lot of the capital for more important projects. So we believe there's a better way than what's currently being done.
How much water is wasted, do you think, in any particular year from these water main breaks?
It's not insignificant. I don't know if I can answer that question specifically, but I know in the U.S. there's over 250,000 pipeline failures every year. So it's not an all broke situation, but we're certainly on our way to a systemic problem.
Now, are you just selling this product in North America or are you a global company?
We do have an international presence. We're operating in China, Europe, South Africa, Australia, and other countries around the world. What we find is the majority of our business is coming out of the Americas right now. They're typically quicker to adopt to new technologies, and there's been a bit of a lag. But we're seeing that the tide's changing, and there is an uptick in the international space and interest in these types of technologies and proactive.
Give me a sense. It looks like a bit like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Like, do you just kind of throw it in the pipeline? Like, where does it access the water main?
That's right. So typically, it's a free swimming device. So essentially, this ball will be inserted into a 4-inch open port valve under pressure. It's inserted into the pipe under pressure and flow, and it really just rolls along the bottom of the pipe. And as it's rolling, it's collecting information on the condition of that pipeline. And then some location downstream will extract the ball, download the information, and provide a report to the client on the condition of their pipeline.
And And give us a bit of sense about the cost and so the value proposition for the buyer.
So what we have found is for 5 to 10% of the capital that would be otherwise spent to replace the pipe, we can go in and do a comprehensive inspection with our engineering services. We can enact the repairs necessary on the pipe and really extend the remaining useful life of the asset. So for 5 to 10% of what otherwise would have been a total water main replacement, we can actually help them manage it, reduce their risk, and allow the pipe to continue to operate into the future.
And let's think about Pure as a company. So how big are you now? What kind of penetration can you get?
We're about 77 million is what we closed in 2014. We've seen about 36% compound annual growth rate in our company over the last 7 to 8 years. Part of what we're doing is developing a market where there is no market existing. So we are the world leaders in this technology or this approach. I believe there's a lot of opportunity for us, and I think the numbers I shared with you kind of speak volumes.
And what about moat? Like I always think about, I mean, this is, highly technical, but is it easily replaced by somebody else? Is there somebody looking at this kind of thing as well?
There are a number of companies out there that are looking at condition assessment of pipelines. I think we've got a fairly strong IP portfolio. We hold over 80 patents on various technologies, so it's giving us an edge. But again, we're continually interested in developing and enhancing our portfolio to add different services and offering to the utility client.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Interesting story. Interesting little ball.
It's my buddy.
Thanks very much, Mark Holley from Pure Technologies. It is listed on the TSX under the symbol PUR.